All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Machakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the men of the Lord, prophesying, preaching, and teaching on the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. Shalom Barakatham. And what you just saw there on camera is a bunch of demons, you know, what the scriptures call brute beasts. And that's the spirit, because I was just reading Isaiah 32. Yesterday and related to this guy Joe Biden, and in that chapter, verse 9, it warns the women, you know, rise up, ye careless women that are at ease. Now, these are women that are at ease, man. What other, like this, because this is a society that is void of consequences. If you're a woman basically in this society, there's basically no consequences. Now, they'll get arrested, but you know what's basically going to happen? They're going to go before a judge. They're going to pay a fine, go on probation. If this was a Jake, a man back there, all right, you know that his life is in danger, basically, all right. And you see all of these guys back here filming it, standing back there, not saying anything. No one's there to hold them accountable, man. All right, nobody. So this is what happens when you allow Esau to rule, because what he does is he allows the woman to do everything, and it only takes a few generations of women doing whatever the hell they want for all hell to break loose and for a collapse of society to take place. All right, this is ridiculous. Now you read the caption here. It says 3 women arrested for assault after destroying New York restaurant because they had to pay $1.75 for extra sauce, man. These women do not have any type of discipline or integrity or anything worth of value in them, man. All right, and that's why ultimately they just got to be destroyed. Now you see why the judgment's got to be so harsh. It's not because what they're doing is so egregious. It's just the demons on them that allow them to get to this point is so bad that they're not going to receive truth. They're not going to receive wisdom. All right. These are the same women that will get you involved into a fight. They'll talk shit to a man a foot taller than you, okay, or a man strapped up, and then they'll say you handle it now. You know, Keisha is known for starting fights and then having Jake get either arrested or killed, man. All right. So the Lord has recorded every instance of these, even the thoughts that go through their head. The Lord has recorded these things, man. You know. So these women got to be judged, man. I'm gonna get that. Isaiah 32:9. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech." All right. So why does it call these women careless, man? You know, let's go over to Isaiah the 47th chapter, because this is the spirit of Esau, but it's also filtered down culturally. It's Eve and Esau have basically made a pact, a covenant with each other, and it's basically to destroy Jake, man. So she's gonna destroy her own people at the behest of Esau, and they're both in that same spirit, that proud spirit that can't nothing happen to me, can't nothing touch me. Because why else would a woman think that she can just trash a restaurant and do, because they know, man, that they're gonna suffer very little consequences in this society. Why? Because she's juiced in with the serpent, man. All right. So although Isaiah 47 is talking about Esau in many ways, this also applies to Eve, man. This is Isaiah 47:7. It says, "And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it." Right. So when these women who all know who the Hebrew Israelites are, they all know what the truth is. They all know the basic difference between right and wrong. They may not know the law per se in the Bible, but they know basic difference from right and wrong. Like vandalism, trash in a restaurant, that's clearly, that common sense will just tell you that that's not a good thing to do. So they know, man. But they don't lay wisdom and righteous things to heart, man, because they don't think that there's ever going to be any consequences to it, man. That's what they're speaking of. Esau's in the same spirit. He's around the world terrorizing everybody. All right, thinking he's going to be able to go on and do this forever and forever, and he's not. The Lord has already put him in a trick bag, you know. But verse 8, it says, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and no one else beside me, man. So this, you got to be in a careless spirit, man. All right. Number one, to just walk outside looking like this. When you look at how these women are dressed, okay, like look at this, weave, eyelashes, short dresses, and they're not even in shape, man. All right. You know, all of them got kids by a nigga that's not in their kid's life. Okay. This is dwelling carelessly, man. They don't have a care in the world. They don't care that all these people are filming them. They don't care that an alarm is set off, that Esau's on the way with the cops, because they don't care, man. That's called careless, man. All right. It says, I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, and one day the loss of children and widowhood. So the Lord is setting them up, brothers. So it's all good. And many brothers, man, in the truth are dealing with or have dealt with women with this same type of demon on them, okay? You know? But you got to remember, we're going to get our lick back through the spirit, man. The Lord has ultimately set us up to win. All right? We just got to dodge, bob and weave all of this bullshit and just stay away from it, okay, for the time being. Salakia. And when the time comes, watch how the Lord humbles these people, man. And when I say humble, I mean they either going to have to come back to you begging, or you're going to see horrific judgments take place, man. Horrific. You know, Lord willing, we witness those things, man, because these women have become our enemy. All right. It says, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries. All right. The perfection. All right. So that means it's going to be perfect when you least expect it. It's going to hit the maximum. You know, they got the pain scale on a scale of 1 to 10. Like how bad is the pain? It's going to hit when you least expect it at a 10 on the pain scale, man. It's going to be a perfect timing type of thing, man. Your worst fears are getting ready to come true. Why? Because you've engaged in a multitude of sorceries. You've made a pact with the devil. Okay. You at the result of your men being destroyed. Okay. It says, and for the great abundance of thine enchantment. So we know that these women are into all of it. Just makeup alone is just a big ass spell of witchcraft, man. Sorcery. Just makeup. Let alone all of the things that they do outside of that, man, you know. So we need deliverance out of here, man. This is 2 Peter 2:12. It says, but these as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed. All right. So that's what they were created for. So we're not gonna feel bad at all when all hell breaks loose, man. Because this is the same woman. You try to tell her she's an Israelite. You can try to tell her to do better. That order is your friend. It's not your enemy to be in order to submit. She's gonna get violent with you, man. You're definitely gonna get verbal abuse from these women, man. All right. It says, speak evil of the things that they understand not. So you tell them the truth, they're going to speak evil of it, man. They're not going to inquire and say, well, what do you mean our people are under curses? Or what do you mean we're the Israelites? Or, what do you mean that there's going to be a downfall of this society? They don't ask those questions. They don't inquire. They just reject it. Spew venom. Okay? Because it's literally like talking to an animal, man. That's why it says brute beast. You might as well be talking to a coyote, man. Trying to break down Deuteronomy 28 to a coyote would be more fruitful than trying to talk to these women, man. Because they're that out of order. Okay, it says, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption, man. So this is wow, man. Wow, But I just wanted to bring that out, brothers, hopefully you brothers were edified, man. We're almost out of here, brothers. You got to keep pushing, man. Keep the faith, keep fasting, keep praying, keep pushing our videos, keep doing the work. You know, because the Lord sees us, man. He understands the thing that we're going through, man. He's gonna vindicate us, man. All of this hell that we're witnessing, like the Lord, He's gonna come through. All right. But he's refining us, the ones of us that are patient, the ones of us that are diligent. He's refining us, man. He's letting those last few guys that are in the truth drop out, because some guys are barely holding on right now. The Lord just pushing us through to those last few drop out, and once that happens, man, and the elect the seal, we out of here. You know, so this is more of an encouragement as well too, as kind of like a rebuke on this behavior here. But you know, really, all I care about are the elect, man. You know, so what's going to come to these people is what's going to come to them. You know, so with that, hopefully our brothers were edified. Call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Racha Kotash, Wa Abba Babal, and Shalom.